Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the AfterShock EpiCenter live stream. I'm your host and the Senior Retailer Relations Manager here at AfterShock Comics, RuthAnn Thompson. I cannot believe that September of 2021 is next month, and we have so much going on next month. We have our new title from Ron Mars, Almost American, coming out next week, as well as Steve Orlando and John Sui's Search for Who, #1, followed by Aaron Douglas's 10 Years to Death One Shock. So we got a lot going on in September. And this week for New Comic Book Day, for tomorrow, Wednesday, August 25th, we have so many incredible titles and a lot of final issues. So let's jump right into it. Hey, Ryan White, Pivot J, good to see you guys. And let's start talking about these titles that's going to come out tomorrow. So first up, we have issue 3 of Seven Swords. This swashbuckling title has been too much fun. And this is its take on the high seas, and D'Artagnan is grudgingly forced to play captain to his own motley crew of swordmasters. They must all hold fast if they have any hope of braving the pirate-infested waters, storming the liberal Bastille and rescuing the man in the Iron Mask, a mysterious prisoner who apparently plays a key role in Cardinal Richelieu's grand plan. So for any of you who love all those stories, this is such a great combination of all of them in this very cinematic title. So I don't want to spoil anything more that's coming out from this title, but hopefully you guys have been enjoying it as much as I have. Next up is one of my absolute personal favorites, Silver City #4 from Olivia Cotero Briggs. And it's just every time I love reading my own name, Rue. She harnesses her power as an ancient time drop back to LAX, but moments before the explosions to get Junie out of harm's way. In doing so, however, she sees something she didn't before. Something that will change the course of her existence and challenge everything she knows as truth. I've obviously enjoyed this title very much, more than just because of the lead character being the same exact name as me. And Olivia says she didn't name it after me, but I don't know. I'm just saying. It's this beautiful title that she actually had a dream about back in college, and she's been toying with either making a movie of it, TV show, and we are just so blessed that she came to us at AfterShock Comics to turn it into this brilliant new title. All right, next up, we have so many coming out. So now we have the final issue of Project Patron #5. This is the great, if you guys like superhero titles, we don't do it as often as all of our horror, sci-fi, and then some, but this is such a great take on kind of like a Superman Lives type storyline. And this is the final issue from Steve Orlando. The rebirth of Patron might have been fake, but the return of his worst enemy of all time is too real. Now the Patron's 2 greatest enemies have returned to ransom the Patron's secret against extinction. Now Project Patron team, and what can they do what the Patron couldn't? They defeat the monster called Woe and stop Matthew Mammon, the man who crossed time, space, and death to prove a point. So this is the all-stop conclusion of this title. And yep, can't spoil anything more for you guys. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it as much as I have. And last but not least, we have Girls of Dimension 13 #5, this fun Scooby-Doo-esque adventure from Graham Nolan. And then a dimensional war comes to a head as Abby and the girls face off against Abraxas and his army of demons, with 13 universes in the balance. Can the girls prevail against these odds? Perhaps they can, with a little help from their friends. It's a super fun title. I almost feel like it's perfect for either high school, college age girls. I would have been obsessed with this title if it came out back, years ago when I was there. And guys, we have another happy hour coming out this week. Super duper stoked for this one. We have the incredible Andre Muti with us, and you might Maniac of New York, and being the Buddy Mask artist and co-creator. And we're going to talk to him all about that. I have so many questions, and I'm sure you guys too, with this huge breakaway title of Bunny Mask. And of course, we'll be following up with the live sale hosted by me and Joe Pruitt. We'll have so many incredible titles for you. Rarities, exclusives, graded comics, and so much more, sold at a fraction of the cost. We have graded Maniac of New York titles. We have more Maniac of New York variants, as well as Bunny Mask, We Live, so much more. Like, especially for this episode, we have the We Live #1 Mike Ruth Happy Hour exclusive variant. So this title, as you guys know, has been a huge hit. We've had to do so many different reprints. So this is a #1 of our title from last year. Super fun stuff. So make sure you pour yourself a drink and join us at 5 p.m. Eastern here on whatever channel you've been watching this on. And we have so many incredible titles that are coming your way. I mentioned briefly at the top of the show, but we have Bunny Mask #4 that's going to be in shops on September 22nd. So make sure to let your local comic book shop know to add that to your pull list, as well as the final issue of Baby Teeth, #20. So this is was actually the first title I ever picked up from AfterShock. So I'm very excited to see the conclusion of this Donny Cates and Gary Brown title, which will be in shops on September 22nd as well. And we love how much you guys are loving these titles. So let's check out the best tweets of last week's titles. First up, we have Mike Cage on Twitter talking about God of Tremors. Also from the outstanding AfterShock comics, and this week, Vertigo Comics legend Peter Milligan gives us God of Tremors, treasury-sized gothic horror one-shot with art colors. And it's just highly recommended. Thank you, Max. I'm glad you loved the title as much as I did as well. And we also had Beyond the Breach #2 last week. So we have Boxes and Bubbles on Twitter that tweeted about it. Beyond the Breach #2, this was great. What began as a practical effects horror movie introduces fantasy elements, and it seems that multiple worlds are collapsing on each other. A tortoise-riding sorcerer rescues Vanessa and Dougie, but he has more than monsters on his trail. Absolutely. I'm glad you didn't say too much more, Boxes and Bubbles. We don't want to spoil the entire issue, but I'm glad you enjoyed it as much as I did. And last but not least, we have a mix of the two titles talked about by Mr. A Knife on Twitter. Two of my most anticipated upcoming books. Love Beyond the Breach #1. All of the promotion for God of Tremors has had me on pins and needles. Awesome day for AfterShock Comics. Why, thank you. It was an excellent day, Mr. A Knife, and we've really enjoyed it. Oh, there's Pivot J. He says, someone say Bunny Mask? Yes, we did. We've been talking about it a lot. We have not only the 4th issue coming up soon, but we're going to have Andre Muti for our happy hour this Thursday with a lot of exclusive rarities on sale for Bunny Mask as well as Maniac of New York. So you must join us. And for all of you that are in either Toronto, Ontario, or Washington, D.C., we are still looking for, and you get to work with me, Joe Pruitt, Kelly Diodati, and the awesome Mark Hammond. So please, if you live in those areas or know somebody who's an AfterShock fan that lives in those areas, send them our way. We're really stoked to complete our whole AfterShock Ambassador team. And as always, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Looking forward to seeing you on Thursday. Make sure you stay safe out there, wear your masks, wash your hands, keep your distance, and only read dangerously. We'll see you on Thursday. Bye now.